From Neural Newscast, this is Deep Dive, exploring the moments that shape today.
I'm Claire Donovan, and today we are looking at a date that defined a city's freedom and shaped the face of American entertainment.
And I'm Frederick Moore. This is Deep Dive, where we peel back the layers of history to find the human stories beneath the dates. Today, March 17th, is most famous for its shamrocks and parades, but back in 1776, it was about a desperate military gamble.
Yeah, it really was a high-stakes moment for the young Continental Army. Frederick, when we think of George Washington, we think of the ultimate commander. But at the start of the siege of Boston, the outlook was actually quite grim.
It was. The British had been occupying Boston for nearly a year, and Washington needed a way to force them out without destroying the city. The turning point came when Henry Knox arrived with heavy artillery captured from Fort Ticonderoga. In a massive overnight operation, Washington's troops moved those cannons to Dorchester Heights, overlooking the city and the harbor.
Exactly. That move was checkmate. The British commander, William Howe, realized his fleet was sitting ducks in the harbor. On March 17, 1776, the British Army finally evacuated the city. It was the first major victory for the Continental Army, and it proved they could actually stand up to the most powerful military in the world.
Right. It moved the war out of New England and into a new phase. And while we talk about the liberation of a city, March 17th also marks the birth of individuals who liberated their fields through talent and sheer persistence.
You're thinking of Nat King Cole, born in 1919. He's such a fascinating case for me because we remember that velvet baritone voice, but he actually started as a world-class jazz pianist. He was so incredibly articulate and smooth in his style.
He was a pioneer in every sense, Claire. In 1956, he became the first African-American performer to host his own variety television series, The Nat King Cole Show. It was a massive cultural moment. For many white families at the time, he was the first black man they really welcomed into their living rooms every night.
It is tragic to think the show only lasted a year because they couldn't find a national sponsor willing to back a black host. Nat famously said that Madison Avenue was afraid of the dark. But despite the racism he faced, especially while touring the South, his music, like Unforgettable and The Christmas Song, has never left the airwaves.
No way has it faded. His legacy is just massive. And speaking of enduring careers, we have two Hollywood titans sharing this birthday as well. Kurt Russell, born in 1951, who has managed to stay relevant for over 6 decades.
From a child star in Disney films to the quintessential action hero in Escape from New York and The Thing. He's one of those rare actors who has this effortless, rugged authority on screen. Whether he's playing Wyatt Earp in Tombstone or appearing in the Fast and Furious franchise, he just brings a grounded quality to every role.
And then there's Rob Lowe, born in 1964. He was the heartthrob of the 1980s with St. Elmo's Fire, but he completely reinvented himself as a prestige television actor. I'm thinking particularly of Sam Seaborn on The West Wing.
Remarkable. To go from the high-stakes political drama of Aaron Sorkin's writing to the literal perfection of Chris Traeger on Parks and Recreation shows a really incredible career arc. He's managed to find longevity by not taking himself too seriously, even as he remains a leading man.
It's interesting how these icons of film and song have shaped our culture, much like the traditions we associate with today. Speaking of traditions, Claire, have you ever wondered how Chicago actually started dyeing its river green?
I always assumed it was a carefully planned marketing stunt from the beginning, but the reality is much more industrial, isn't it?
It really is. It started in 1962. Plumbers were using a green dye to trace illegal sewage discharges into the river. They realized that the dye was so vivid and bright that it could actually serve as a celebration of the holiday. They suggested it to the city, and a tradition was born.
Unbelievable.
It is amazing that something designed to find sewage leaks became a global symbol of St. Patrick's Day. They use about 40 pounds of environmentally friendly vegetable dye now to get that specific emerald glow. It just goes to show that some of our most beloved customs start in the most practical or even messy places.
From the siege lines of colonial Boston to the bright green waters of modern Chicago, March 17th is a day about visibility and change.
It really is. Whether it's a general securing a city, a singer breaking the color barrier, or an actor finding a second act, today is about making a mark. I am Claire Donovan.
And I'm Frederick Moore. Thank you for joining us for this look at history. Visit us at deepdive.neuralnewscast.com for more. Deep Dive is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. Explore history every day on Neural Newscast.
This has been Deep Dive on Neural Newscast, exploring the moments that shape today.